Hi there, folks. I'm Grant Stinchfield, and this is Carry Guard Daily. The U.S. Senate has stalled on national concealed carry reciprocity, but state houses are taking up the slack and fighting for your rights. One Alabama lawmaker wants to make Alabama a constitutional carry state, meaning you can carry any way you want with no need for a permit. More and more states are looking at constitutional carry as gun ownership and personal protection is becoming much more widely acceptable amongst mainstream Americans. It makes sense. The Second Amendment is the only amendment that all too often requires you to get permission, a permit from the government to exercise your right. The Second Amendment, that is. Among too many lawmakers and judges, the Second Amendment has become a second-class freedom, clearly not equal to others. That's wrong. No one should be able to reshape our rights to their political whims. No one person can warp the words and the will of the Constitution and the people who live under its freedoms. Though I would urge states like Alabama to keep the permitting process in place, and so many are, as an option, to take care of concealed carry state-to-state reciprocal agreements, as well as making it easier to buy a gun. Most permit holders are required to go through fewer hoops to purchase their firearms. Constitutional carry is in place in at least 13 states, with at least 10 more states now considering moving in that direction. One of those states is Indiana, home of Second Amendment attorney Guy Relford. Guy's been fighting for constitutional carry in his home state for a long time. We spoke with him just days ago before he testified at the State House and about why the fight is so important.
But you know, when you think about the arguments in favor of constitutional carry, Grant, I mean, what I always come back to is, what other constitutional right do you have to pay a fee to the state or establish your eligibility to exercise? I mean, do I go to the state and do a background check and give them my fingerprints and pay a fee so that I can go back to my house and hang a placard on my front door that says, this house is protected by the Fourth Amendment because I paid my fee to the state and I established my eligibility? Or, you know, I get a tattoo on my chest that says, hey, I'm protected against cruel and unusual punishment, so you can't skin me alive if you want to punish me for a criminal act because I paid my fee to the state, so I'm now protected by the Eighth Amendment. I mean, it's silly when applied to any other constitutionally protected right, but somehow we're putting up with it as to the Second Amendment in this country, and that's what we need to change, I think, state by state by state.
Well, you better believe I'm not putting up with it, and I know the 5 million members of the NRA aren't putting up with it. It's about what Carry Guard Daily is all about, to make sure that we spread the word. Unfortunately, Guy tells me right after his testimony, the constitutional carry bill in Indiana has now been gutted by state leaders. He has promised to keep us updated on the measure and what becomes of it. We will keep the hammer down on lawmakers there to make sure that your rights are protected in Indiana and across this great country of ours. We'll bring you the latest on that right here on Carry Guard Daily as it occurs. Look for reports Monday through Friday at 1:30 Eastern Time on NRATV. That's going to do it for us. I'm Grant Stinchfield. Thanks for watching.